A guilty verdict in the Galesburg Easter murder case. What Jenny Magruder's husband had to say in response. Plus more details after a manhunt Sunday night in Rapid City and what police asked neighbors to do to keep them safe.
WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good Tuesday morning to you. I'm Alexandria Ikomoni. Thanks for watching Local 4 News this morning. Roger Terry has the morning off. A house fire in Muscatine last night killed multiple people. It's this morning's top story. Muscatine Fire Chief Jerry Ewers tells Local 4 News his crew were called to a home on Clinton Street just after 6 p.m. He says there were multiple fatalities but could not confirm how many at the time. Ewers also says one adult male was rescued from the home and he was in critical condition and flown to the University of Iowa's hospital's burn unit. The state fire marshal and police are investigating the cause of that fire. The jury found Jonathan Kelly guilty of murder yesterday. It took the jury about an hour to deliberate before convicting him of killing Jenny Magruder last Easter. The defense presented 2 witnesses before resting the case. Jonathan Kelly did not testify on his behalf before closing arguments. An outburst of emotion filled the courtroom when the jury read the verdict. Magruder's husband tells Local 4 News this is the justice that he wanted.
Nothing brings her back. Everybody, as you can tell, this courtroom, everybody misses her dearly, but it's the closest thing we can get. And I'm happy, I'm satisfied. I'm excited, but at the same time, you still have those negative emotions. I'd trade her in for a 45 to life sentence for him any day.
Kelly is now scheduled to be sentenced on May 10th. People in Rapid Cities were in shock Sunday night after police told them to lock their doors and stay inside. It comes after police searched the city of only about 1,000 people to look for one man. Illinois State Police tell Local 4 News the search for 25-year-old Frank Scott started after reports of shots fired on I-80 in eastern Henry County. A Cedar Rapids man then led police on a chase until he crashed in Rapid City. Officials say that's when he escaped, which led to a manhunt before he was found. Local 4's Sean Logging tells us what the city is looking at to increase safety.
I was determined. I was staying up until I knew my family's safe. So it was reassuring, very much so, when they took him in.
A Rapid City resident and mother who wishes to remain anonymous says much of the manhunt unfolded right outside her front door.
Kind of joined together across the street there and took off over the hill. I just heard him saying, "Down there, down there."
It's a scene she never expected to see after moving to the community in November.
You would think that they would take off and be further away, but we had all of our security lights on outside and the doors locked.
The manhunt also quickly changed the evening for the Rapid City Village president.
We were watching the Oscars.
Instead of staying up for the Best Picture, Harold Neer Jr., a former law enforcement officer, says his evening quickly became about getting the latest information on this developing incident.
It's odd to happen in a community, a quaint community like Rapid City, but it just shows that in today's world, anything can happen anywhere.
He says all the steps taken last night to lock doors, stay inside, and turn on the lights paid off.
It ultimately assisted in the apprehension of the suspect. So very proud of the citizens.
And residents tell Local 4 News it was neighbor helping neighbor, phoning each other to pass on the safety message. But Mir says the city is learning from this situation.
We did react with the tools that we had.
He and city staff are now researching a citywide phone and text alert system to make sure people are better informed and safer.
There's no doubt that we will have that system sooner rather than later.
Sean Logging, Local 4 News.
Illinois State troopers say Scott is being treated at a local hospital for injuries from the crash. The issue of slag use on Muscatine County roads hasn't been resolved, but residents want it permanently gone. The anti-slag group is holding a public meeting about it tonight. Local 4's Andrea Medina joins us in the studio. Andrea, what will the group present to the community?
Alexandria, the Citizen Slag Committee will be giving an update on the material used on county gravel roads. They'll also be going over information they presented to the Muscatine County Board of Supervisors in previous meetings, as well as their responses. The group will also talk about the current state of the use of the material, what they've done to protect the health of the community, and actions they plan on taking in the future. The biggest things they'll be addressing are the Freedom Information Act request they've sent to Iowa DNR that shows data of toxic elements found in slag. That evidence evidence has been present since 2011, plus a report they obtained from a state toxicologist that reveals dust from the slag contains metals at levels that are harmful to infants, toddlers, and also kids up to 18 years old. Committee members say they want people to be knowledgeable of the risks the dust from slag poses on them.
People walking out being upset, and we want them to address it with the Board of Supervisors and with state officials and federal officials. That's the only way anything's going to change, because right now there is no concern at all at the local and the state and the federal level.
Since January, supervisors have suspended the use of slag. They tell me that they hope to have one or more of them at the public meeting that will be happening tonight. And although there's been a lot of back and forth with the anti-slag group, in a statement from Supervisor Chairman Nathan Mather, he says, in part, "We believe the state has every reason to be an impartial observer and analyst with both sides of the debate, Dr. Askew and the supplier accusing each other of conspiracies. In reality, we want to determine the truth of the matter, and once we do, we act in the best interest of the entire county and its residents. Final results of a state investigation are pending. The public meeting will be at Wilton Community Center at 6:30 tonight." Alexandria?
Andrea, thank you so much for that. And that meeting will be happening this evening, and we know that the weather conditions this evening might be a little tricky for some people.
Yeah, we definitely have the chance for that this evening. We've got to keep that in mind. Things are been nice and wintry, nice and cold here recently, and it doesn't really seem to be warming up a whole lot for us. After those strong winds on Sunday, we stayed nice and cool yesterday. 15 degrees this morning, so slightly better as far as our morning goes than yesterday was. It's 14 in Aledo, 17 in Galesburg, 9 in Mount Carroll. Factor in the wind chill. A lot of us north of I-80 feel like we're below zero, south of I-80 in the single digits, and here today we should all climb into the mid to upper 20s, but it is going to come with those winds staying nice and breezy, making it feel nice and cool. So cloud cover outside, not going to be the nicest day ever. Hour by hour forecast puts us up into that mid 20 mark here by 3-4 o'clock. I think that's where we'll stay for the metro area. We do have the chance for a little bit of light snow here this evening, also the chance for a little bit of freezing drizzle tonight. So if you are on those untreated roads making your way out and about this evening and overnight, just be careful driving around. I don't expect anything horrible for us, but better safe than sorry.
Absolutely. When is spring again?
Technically, meteorological spring starts Friday, but we've also got a chance for snow on Friday,
Oh
so
my
you tell me.
gosh. You tell me. I'm looking to you for all my answers with
Hey,
this one.
Just the messenger.
Oh my gosh. It will come one day.
They will.
Just not
We'll
today.
make it.
On
Yep.
Friday. All right. Thank you, Ash. Coming up, what the rallying markets mean for your investment. That's next in For Your Money.
Time now 6:09. You're watching Local 4 News this morning.
WHBF is local for you with Redrick Terry, Alexandria Ikomoni, and meteorologist Ash Simpson. This is Local 4 News this morning in high definition.